we had a big weekend of Merrimack softball for the tournaments. A lot of people
I
playing
think
this weekend.
back-to-back weekends.
Yeah,
I
huge.
know when we played 2 weekends ago, I think it was us versus Toro. A lot of Merrimack League guys in that game.
Yeah, what did HUD say? HUD goes, "Oh, 4 A&D guys in the finals."
Yeah, I mean, I know our team for Smith, we had, probably eight guys, I would say, that play in the
They're
Merrimack League.
just alone in the turn. Yeah, in our league.
Yeah, and then this weekend, the same thing. I tuned in for a little bit of your guys' game against Grizzly last night. Plenty of
Oh,
Merrimack League guys there.
did you even catch any Grizzly, or did you just watch us play Jade the whole
It,
time?
it literally must have been no, I didn't see any of the Jade. I literally must have seen like the last inning of your guys' game against Grizzly.
So
It seemed like
Jade
it was over.
Jade went live. Jade went live. I mean, I'm sorry. Grizzly went live and goes 6:03 or end of 6:03 versus Jade. We play winner. Our game took 45 minutes of their
Holy
live
shit!
stream
Yeah, didn't
before
you
they
guys play
even got
11
to.
innings?
We went 12 innings.
Wow.
It was fucking nuts. Like we had no home runs left, so they would hit one or whatever, and like they'd put up runs, and we it was so aggravating. It was like we would just match them just enough, to do the damage and move on. It was
Wow.
like
And that's after a long day in that heat.
long day,
Yeah.
exhausting day.
What
Yeah,
number game was that?
that was the loser bracket final.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it was to go to the finals. Yeah,
wow.
it was tough. It was a tough one.
It's like almost
Yeah.
2 games in one.
So
It
like
was
Grizzly's
a
sitting
hot
there,
week.
like this, watching us. Like, so we've been sitting for 4.5 hours. Meanwhile, we've played 3 straight games to get to Jade, and then we basically played 2 games just to get to the finals.
Yeah.
It was fucking brutal.
Must have been dead for that championship game.
Brutal. Yeah, it was tough.
But all right, well, you made it. Welcome to the pod. Hello, everyone.
Here for the minute.
Euro, what's going on, man? But yeah, everyone, welcome to the Merrimack Minute. We appreciate you being a little bit flexible. I know we didn't record on Thursday. I was in the air. Sorry, Colby. I was Colby's a little upset that I wasn't able to record the pod from the plane. But I don't think my United Wi-Fi was good enough for that. It was pretty spotty.
Don't chirp me for coming on at 8:30 if you're not going to be here.
8:33.
Won't happen again. But welcome everybody to the Merrimack Minute. As you can see, we have a very special guest, and I wasn't even able to introduce him before we had somebody already chiming in that he's the best. You guys all know him as the best. Mr. Bones, how we doing, buddy?
We're going to be swagging out.
We're doing all right. Just hanging out at the bay, ready to be part of you guys' Merrimack Minute.
Bones, you on mold control?
Nah, my guy's on. My guy, he's in the basement right now doing that.
He's working it.
Yeah,
I love
the
that.
athlete, big dog.
Ooh.
Billy's working on that, and Duga says that Bones, you're looking fly. I had a feeling this was going to be a fan favorite. Everybody loves Bones because he's the best.
He's the best.
He's the fucking best.
Better, baby.
And on me, as always, my co-host Colby. Colby, how's it going today, buddy? How we feeling after that long day?
I'm exhausted. Honestly, I'm fucking exhausted. You know what's crazy is last night, like after finishing, I had so much energy, like ready to like go out and like drink and like expect to just like crush like all day like in bed. And then today it turned into, oh, we're gonna go home and go to bed. And then we woke up today and decided it's Sunday fun day. And I was like,
yeah, you just hit the town today.
This wasn't the agenda that I had in mind, but wifey rules and wifey goes, and that's what I had. So here we are.
Here we are.
Bones knows that Samantha runs this house.
She sure does.
We made it. So let's jump into it. I know it's a little bit late here on a Sunday. I know Colby, you weren't there Monday night. Bones, we're gonna need a lot of help on the recap. So anybody else who's already in the comments, we're going to need some help on these recaps because for those who don't know,
Yes,
I was not in attendance this week. I was in Texas where it's actually even hotter there than it is here right now. And it's freaking miserable here right now. But made it through Texas. Had a great time at Josh Moore's wedding on Friday night.
Josh Moore's wedding was a blast.
It was a blast. I slept for probably 16 hours yesterday, just completely just dead, just toast.
Just getting back from it.
Ready to get back to Merrimack League. Buckley, we're going to get into it, but Buckley's got some work to do.
Jesus.
Bones, you ready to help us recap these games?
Yeah, let's best of my ability as I can do it.
Yeah, love it. And I also want to say thanks to everyone that had a lot of people reach out to me and say they missed me at league this week. So I'm pretty pumped about that.
You're our president. We need you there, man.
Yeah, so I'll be back this week. Might have another work trip in the near future, but we're working on that. So let's get right into it, huh? So let's go to Monday night. Another jam-packed week in Merrimack. A lot of different things happened, and somehow the standings just seem to keep getting even crazier.
Dude, it's so wild.
The standings are wild.
I don't like. It's not. I'm not even trying to talk about A&D at all. But watching 2 through like 8 or 9, it literally just looks like almost like a Price is Right thing. Like where all of a sudden they just shift all these people like up and down. I'm like, how the hell did this all happen? Everything just like keeps moving.
I mean, but it's moving, but it's not. Like
right, but
it's
you know what I'm saying?
Like, it's changing the order, but there's no separation whatsoever.
But when you just watch the screen, it's like it just shifts. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
3 through 9 are just it's wild.
It's crazy.
One game separates the whole thing.
Yeah, we're gonna look at that in a bit. But as Tony's saying here, Torromeo, another good week for them. They're starting to get some separation a little bit. Second place is looking pretty good for them at this point.
And I did say that was one of the things I said. I was like wondering what team is actually going to like pull away and try and make sure that they secure one spot in the lineup.
Right. Hopefully, I'm not freezing here. I'm getting the unstable internet. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Loud and clear.
You got me? All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to say much anyway for these recaps. I'm going to let you guys kind of run with it because I obviously wasn't there this week. But let's start. Monday night, 13-12 win for Phantom over VFW. The first of 2 one-run losses here for VFW. Tough 0-2 week for them. But Phantom pulls off the win at the Legion. Bones, I assume you weren't at this game. I know Colby wasn't.
I'm being honest, I wasn't there. I honestly didn't get to Martell till about 7:29.
Yeah.
So Phantom VFW.
I don't know much about this game.
I'm trying to think. I know Mitch texted me afterwards. All he really said was that it was just kind of like a dead game, I think. I don't think he said there was like much going on. It turned out. I think they pulled it off at the end of the game.
Yeah,
I don't think it was like.
Let me pull up the book. Mitch sent it to me upside down, so excuse me if I'm looking at it weird. But
he sent me a text on Tuesday morning. He goes, "Thanks for taking the boys." And I go, "Why? What happened?" And he goes, "Well, you took us in the pod." And I go, "Fucking right, I did. Let's go." And then, because I had no idea. And then, but I'm pretty sure that it turned out that it was like a late inning type of thing where it all turned around.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the
Phantom ended up coming back into that, I think.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the book right now. It looks like Phantom
had bases loaded in the 7th, 1 out, and grounded out into a double play. Down 1 to end it. Ugh.
Yeah, so it looks like a double play to end the game. I'm looking at it right now. Looks like Phantom had 2 runs going into the 5th inning. And then they went off for, I think, 7 in the 5th. But it looks like, it was 9-2 going into Phantom's spot in the 5th inning. The VFW scored 3 to make it 12-9. And then looks like in the 6th, Phantom went up. Looks like the bottom of the order for Phantom in the 6th put up a 4 spot. And then VFW, as we see from this comment again, looks like they grounded to a double play to end the game.
Chad comes in, another walk-off double play for us.
Yeah.
All right, regional. So how about you relax?
We keep finding the same thing here with Phantom. At the beginning of the year, they were on the wrong side of all these tight games, and
they get that one push over.
Since Mitch has been on that pod talking about that, I feel like they've been on the right side of like all of these
absolutely
like close games. Yeah. So all right, well, pretty good recap for us for that first game. I guess I'll just keep pulling up the books and just seeing what I can do.
We're just running it.
So next game, 6:30 game at Martell, the return of the scoreboard game. It looks like I know I saw some pictures of the scoreboard being used.
Thank you, TA.
Thank you, TA, and me, TA, and Dulude went and fixed some of the light bulbs today. So looks like we're going to have the scoreboard for the rest of the way out, which I think should be
it's going to be electric.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Literally electric.
There's a couple spots missing.
I did there.
Yeah, I see that.
Love that.
There's a couple spots missing, so it's not full. But I think hopefully our guy Dougie can take a look at some of that stuff, and we'll get all the lights working. But we definitely replaced a bunch today. There might not be the same colors, but you'll be able to see it at night for sure.
What do you mean not the same colors? What are we doing here?
One of them's a little bit
yellow,
brighter than the old ones.
white.
Yes.
Why don't we just get all?
no,
we should just replace every bulb and make them all LED lights.
I think we will. The ones we put in today were LEDs. We only bought 20 of them though, and I think.
Oh my god, those ones are gonna fucking shine, and the other ones.
They are.
Yeah.
The other ones would be like dull yellow bulbs.
Yeah, so there's something like 72 lights in there. So
holy
store
shit!
I went to today, the store I went to today literally had 20. So I think the plan is eventually that we're gonna just replace all those bulbs. But we don't need balls and strikes, but like inning, outs, and the runs, like that's all we really
absolutely
need.
Yeah.
So, another person very happy with the Bones appearance on the pod here. Silas.
My guy Silas.
And Vanty says that Bones can pay for all the new bulbs because he's Mr. Electric. Maybe he can just manufacture them.
Dougie's Mr. Electric. I'll just climb the ladder and install them.
Awesome. So this Buckley A&D game, I know I was getting some texts during it. Sounds like Buckley was down. I know, Colby, you weren't there either. Buckley was down pretty big, and I think we ended up coming back to tie it at 20. I think we were down like 24-12
or something.
We were down 24-12. We made a nice little run, tied it at 24s. I heard there was some very not good defense on both sides of this game.
Yeah.
But A&D ended up pulling away. I know. It sucks missing those games, but the boys put up a 24 spot. Like you're going to win usually with that. But
that's a high scoring game right there.
Yeah, very high scoring. And as Dugas said, TA was killing it on the scoreboard. So we're definitely going to try to have somebody doing the scoreboard for all the games at Martell from here on out. Anybody.
There are so many girls that go to those games. One of those girls will do the scoreboard.
Well, I mean, we already have the girls doing the books, and let me tell you, as the person who puts the stats in, the girls keep a significantly better book than everybody else.
1,000%.
One of them's on the book,
cleanest books.
On the scoreboard.
I'm not kidding. Like
they can sit together.
We'll put
them right together. They can sit right next to each other.
I look around, and like I purposely look for towards girl Julia 100%. But at any other time, I look for another girl to be like, "Would you mind taking my book?" Because it's always crisp. Like they don't fuck around. Like they know what they're doing. It's always in place. The guys, it's like splash around. You see like a dash over here. I'm like, what the hell was that? Like what is this?
The guys also love to like not mark how guys got on base. So I don't know if it was a home run or what it was.
That's my biggest pet peeve of the book. Like if you're doing the book, do it the right way. Like
look at Dugas says it. Jules is queen. She's killing it this year for us. She shows up. I mean,
if we had to do a power rankings like top 5 scorekeepers, I think they would all be girls. Without a doubt.
Easy.
Like KB keeps a great book. Sean keeps a great book. Julie keeps a great book. Jordan keeps a good book. Greg Kelly's the girl. I'm spacing on her name. Amanda, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yep.
She keeps a good book. I mean,
Em kept the book this week at Martell for every game.
So, boys, we got to step up. It's really not difficult. Part of me thinks that guys try to do a shitty book so that they don't get asked to do it again. But
I think some of these guys, they really don't know how to do the book.
No, I totally. But it's like there's not a lot you need to mark off or learn. It's pretty, it's almost like coloring the lines as a child. Yeah. But anyway, so A&D keeps their kind of awesome season going. Buckley keeps and Kristen does keep a great book. I know she kept the book for our entire game, or our entire day for Smith. I haven't seen her doing the book at the Tell very much this year for league, but I haven't seen Peterson play a lot. So
Kristen is a veteran bookkeeper. She does it for Smith.
Great.
She crushes it.
Great booker. She yells out to me where guys are hitting in the field. Like she's awesome. She's awesome.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
It's a segue to Peterson.
She does not tell Buckley where they hit, but yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, she won't do that, but
I got one.
Tormeo with a 29-18 win over Peterson at Twardowski. Another high-scoring game here. Also, Sam Hill. Sorry, no disrespect there. She keeps a great book also.
Sam Hill's like
the
trailblazer of it all.
Yeah.
She did it last year.
She's number 1.
She killed it, yeah.
We might have to give out an award for I don't know if Team Mom is the right word, but like the best, I don't know.
End of year, we might want to, for sure.
The most valuable female contributor to the league.
Last year, I made it a point to make sure that Samantha Hill got like a team gift back to her because like she brought us food, which was like that is like an
Every
amazing
game,
thing. But
every
knowing that she was
single
going to be
game.
there to make sure that like she would tell me, she'd be like, "Hey, listen, it's the fifth inning. You know, this person has to do this, whatever." She would talk to me. Like that's awesome. It's so
She's
helpful.
great.
You like I don't know like if anyone understands like how big of a deal that really is.
Oh, it's a huge deal. It's a huge
Yeah,
deal. And
she's awesome.
right.
Even Jules this year like stepped in. I think she, honest to God, I think she saw Sam last year and she understood like knowing those situations is just it just makes it a whole difference like on how you play the game because
and I do
she
think
will
that there
yell
is
out
like that
inning.
line. Yeah, but there's that line where it's like sometimes just bookkeepers in general can like if they're not on the roster can try to do too much. None of these people we've mentioned try to do
Nope,
too much. You know what I mean?
nope,
Like try to
yeah,
get
no,
involved in the
she
game and
she just
shit like
goes
that.
inning. She says inning runs and like what we need like etc. It's perfect.
Yeah, but we could go on. We could talk all night about how awesome some of these ladies are, but we got to move on. So that Torromeo 29-18 win. I didn't know this, but it looks like Softball Anthony here is saying that Peterson was up big in this game until the last two innings, and then Torromeo just ran off. I think I did see that in the book where I think in the last two innings Torromeo might have scored like 20 something runs.
Dude,
In
that
those
they're
last two innings,
dangerous.
but
They're dangerous. If they have their 10, it's they're gonna be a tough team.
even outside of their 10, like they're gonna have some really good I'm assuming Kyle's gonna pitch in the playoffs. And if Kyle's not finding it, Artie is a great like change of pace pitcher to bring in. Like they just have
Yeah,
completely different styles, righty lefty. They just completely do it differently. So it's nice to have that, honestly, to have a pitcher that can come in
absolutely.
and give teams different looks.
Which has been super helpful for us. And I think part of why like me and Dustin like want to pitch Dugas is because like say someone can't make a playoff game and we need Dustin in the field or whatever, however it
Yeah,
goes. That's just so huge to have in your back pocket as you have like with Venuti or whatever you need. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
yeah. But I think most years you look in the playoffs and we talk about it all the time. Playoffs is going to be basically 10 versus 10. A lot of teams aren't going to be subbing or hitting EHs, but there's always guys that come off the bench with a huge pinch hit or even a
Huge.
huge walk. And you got to
And
have some depth on
teams
your
aren't
team.
gonna be in that 4-man. They're gonna be in a 5-man
Everybody's going to be in that
in
5-man
playoffs.
for sure. So, yeah, so big win there for Tormeo. The first of two losses. I think three teams got swept this week. Buckley was one. Peterson. No, actually, Peterson got a win. I take that back. So just two. But anyway, moving on to the 7:30. A team that had two blowout wins this week. NHI Bones. I'm gonna let you take this away. What happened
The
in this
boys are
one?
rolling.
Bones, you guys needed this week.
Yeah, we sure did. This
Like
week,
in a big
us
way.
going up there, going out the way we did, brings a lot of momentum to us. I gotta say. I think VIP scored, I don't know, 5 or 6 runs in the first inning of that game, and we didn't score any in the first inning, I think, and then we just rolled after that.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna take a look at
That's your
that book
description
and
of the
see.
game.
yeah, it is.
I'm gonna take a look at that book and see because I did notice that it looked like a pretty short game.
I think it was.
No, it looks like you guys put up a 7 spot in the first,
All right, so it was us.
5 spot in the second, and then you kind of just rolled after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they only put
The Martell was a long
up
night
a
on
fucking
Monday.
7 spot on Monday. So, big week for NHI. Big week for NHI. Tough week for VIP as we're gonna see once we
You
get
know
to
what's weird,
Wednesday's game.
Jim, is how last week we were talking about VIP, like and like how it seemed like they were getting hot, and then like look at
Yep.
how their Monday went. Like it
Yeah.
just
No, for sure.
and let's see. And
You were saying
honestly,
the
and then
two.
look at Wednesday. Wednesday they put up 5. So
I
12
know.
runs. That's
It
tough.
was
Like that's a weird
easily
week.
their worst week. Their worst week of the season.
For
Oh,
sure, because they
easy.
were scoring like close to 20 runs a game. I know we've looked at it before.
I think they were
and
putting
then
up
they put
over 20 a
12 this
game.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I would say between 19 and 21 a game, and then they put up 12 this week. It just those weeks happen, man, and that just goes to show you this league. Like they were the hottest team coming into this week, and then yeah, you can just throw up a sticker real quick, and then you find yourself right back in that hunt for the toilet bowl. But speaking of hot teams entering the week, 8:30 game. Holtz with a 22-18 win over Monahan. Holtz just kept it rolling on Monday night. Big win. I saw Gio had 3 homers, 3 of his 5 homers this week. So Gio's back.
Gio's back.
I think they were down in that game too. If you look at the book, I believe.
Grab my card real quick.
Let me take a look.
Because I think they were down in that game. I think they had a big inning.
I'm trying to remember. Dearborn does a great job of sending me his book after the game. Let me take a look. Let's see. So it looks like Holtz. No, I think. So it looks like Holtz put up 5 in the first, and Monahan put up 6 in the first. So high scoring to start, and then Holtz put up an 8 spot in the second inning, and Monahan kind of looks like they just kind of got down and stayed down the rest of the way. Looks like Monahan made a push though in that last inning. They scored, I think, 4 or 5 in the last inning, but they're only able to cut it to 4. But pretty good battle, and again, Holtz is rolling. They're one of those teams that's going to be. They can make some noise if they come out of that toilet bowl. Once they get all their guys there.
I think any of these teams can make some noise coming out of the toilet bowl.
It's crazy. We're gonna look at the standings after we recap Wednesday, but it's insane. It's insane. Let's move on to Wednesday. So Colby, you were around Wednesday. You might be able to help us out a little bit. Not for this game though. I know 14-7 win for Monahan over Phantom at the Legion. Kind of a rare stinker for Phantom. They've been playing pretty well lately. And a nice little bounce back win for Monahan. I know Monahan didn't have my new roommate all week. He was fending off
mold duty
old in our basement, but yeah, nice little win, 14-7 over Phantom. I don't know if you guys have any information on that game.
My info on that game is I think that what I heard was that Phantom was just dead. Like, just didn't have anything to, like, they didn't have anything in them. Just never once, like, kind of struck any sort of lightning at all and just gassed through the whole game.
Yeah. Man, it looks
like
that.
It wasn't exciting. It was what it was. And then they kind of put up a fucking skunk.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't really tell. There was a couple spots in the book that it was just the numbers of the guys on Phantom. So I couldn't tell really who was who for like 3 or 4 of those guys. But yeah, it just looked like it was kind of a slow, kind of boring game. Yeah, that's about it. So then the 6:30 game at Martell, I don't know if Bones, I don't know if you caught any of this game, but Brett Belrose kind of called out the last place team on Facebook going into this game.
Shocker.
Saying he's going to serve some humble pie.
Humble pie to the last place team.
But congrats, Brett. You guys got a win over. I mean, Holtz, don't get me wrong. They've been playing well. They had the longest win streak going into Wednesday night. It would have been so awesome if that came back to bite Brett. That would have just been classic.
It would have been electric. If Holtz won again, what 4 in a row, 5 in a row for them?
That's a bold, like, put a target on your team's back there, calling out the last place team. Like,
yeah, it's definitely
it's almost
bold.
a lose.
I mean, that's who Brett is. Brett goes in everything confident, and like even like last year with Andy, everyone knows like on the page he put up like the stock symbols and everything else, which as like your teammate you love. But in a situation where you're playing the last place team, it's like, maybe not.
Well, I just kind of think it gives you a lose-lose. Like, all right, if you win, you're supposed to win against the last place team, and you just called them out. Now you look like kind of a dick. But if you lose, oh boy, you're
right. Now you look like an asshole.
So, and it looks like, and TA, I did forget this. TA was not there on Wednesday night, so. A narrative that's been kind of carrying throughout the season is Orlando has a heck of a coaching record in league this year. I think he's 4-0 at this point.
He's a hell of a coaching record regardless.
He's not a bad coach, Make some dumb decisions here and there, but we're back.
I don't know if
Orlando, right, Bones? He knows.
Yeah, I don't know if Orlando watches the pod, but we're going to find out after this week. That's awesome. But Orlando's a guy I could see on
couple hiccups,
but potential coach in the league next year. I think he would be a great.
I would love to see that. I would love it.
If he wants to coach, I think he'd be great.
You know what I love about the idea about Orlando is that I know that Orlando is coming into this year like literally watching the league, and he's watching people play. He's absorbing
Oh yeah.
like names and faces and what he would do. Like, and I love that aspect of like having him in the league. Like that's another person in the league that's like he's actually taking in what is out there.
Oh yeah. He's
So like, that's huge.
sneaky's not the right word, but like he's
No,
observant. Like he's
exactly.
he's logging a lot of stuff in his, like he's a guy that he could go into next year's draft, even though this was his first year. He could go into next year's draft because he already knows a lot of these guys that joined the league this
He
year.
remembers everything.
So he's
that's what was
observing
huge.
A lot
like
of people that are coming around.
I had the COVID year, right, to like fuck around and like had a completely blank draft. So that helped me a ton. But I'm also the same way. Like I see everybody. Like I want to know like, hey, who's being talked about? Who's doing this? Who's doing that kind of thing. He is very much on top of all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully, I haven't talked to him about it, but I have a feeling we're gonna have maybe every year there's usually 1 or 2 coaching spots that come up. So hopefully he's interested, but a long way till we get there. But yeah, Monahan with that 14-7 win over Phantom. And then the Tormeo 27.
Dugas goes Brett, Tony Longie's son.
Tony Longie's son. I don't know if there's an inside joke there, but
Tony Longie posted his son.
Oh, it's a meme, I'm sure.
And HUD goes, "Is that Brett?"
Love that. Well, Holtz's win streak came to an end there, but it looked bad for a while. They were 1-16. They got 5 wins now. That's it's not where they want to be, but they've made it a little bit more respectable.
But on top of that, Tormeo had a week they had to have.
Oh yeah, Tormeo had a huge week. I think they won the week.
They won the week. I think
NHI probably won the week. Yeah, but
okay.
Like moving on, another team that went 2-0 and a team that went 0-2 this week. A&D Plumbing, interesting game. I heard a lot of stuff happened in this game. 25-24 at Twardowski. Colby, I'll let you dive into it.
There's not a whole lot to dive into, honestly.
I heard there was.
So with us, with like the whole thing, like we just didn't stop playing. Like we continued to like play the game as if it was the first inning, honestly, the whole time. So VFW came out and they were putting up runs, putting it on us, honestly, the whole time.
And they only had 9, right?
They only had 9. So
they only had 9, right?
Yep. So they played well. Like they played hard and they did the right things at the right times, honestly, until the 7th inning. And when the 7th inning came around, I was batting down because I showed up late, so I put myself down at the bottom. And from that point, with like the umpiring stuff and everything was going on, I think the first person got on, Toward got on.
Weren't you got down like 7 runs, something like that?
10
runs in the 7th?
We were down 10 in the 7th.
Wow.
Down 10 in the 7th. I was
16
batting
in
last.
the 6th, right?
Yeah, something like that. Something around there.
Yeah.
Something around there. So I was batting 10. I flew up into the infield, which somehow, mysteriously got dropped. So I ran it out to first, and I was on first base. And then from there, we just took walks. Like the whole 7th inning was just batters being disciplined at the plate and not feeling like they needed to be the hero, which like
that could change
credit to both sides, right? Like where like they played great all game, but where no one on A&D felt like they had to push to do something different. See the ball, hit the ball if it's there, and if it's not, then go ahead and move along. So we walked, we hit, we walked, and that was it. And then eventually there was some, controversy, which, comes and goes with any league that's going to happen. And we ended up pulling it off.
Yeah. So I know this was we've had a few games this year where unfortunately we haven't been able to get an umpire. So we had a league player go and help us out. So thanks to Garstang for stepping up. We've had a lot of guys that have done that this year.
Thank you a ton, Garstang, for real. That was huge.
Jano's done it. Cody's done it. I've done it. Mitch has done it. Now Garstang's done it. Like, we get dealt a hand. We got to do what we can, and sometimes the alternative is it's either not play or have somebody step up and help us umpire.
I actually found out from
Something-
Tierney
yeah.
that I can that you can become officially like a U-Trip umpire by signing up, getting through it, and you can just like you can get your like training hours in by like honestly just visualizing and watching like Cooley and whoever at Martell and stuff. So I'm gonna sign up just to like put the board on like on notice and just like get us like to be like official. So that way like more of us can just be, involved and not just random people being thrown out into that fire. Cause like, Garstang gets asked last minute to go do it. It's not on him. He's has no reason to like be held to a certain standard. He's helping us. So now,
it was 6:40 when you called me and you're like, hey, there's no umpire here.
right.
It was 5:40 for me in Texas. I didn't really have a whole lot of things I could do. It was kind of
You couldn't fly
not
back
much
real
I could do
quick?
from Texas. So I called Garstang and he was at Martell. He was able to go and help us out. And
Right.
for those who don't know, in years past, like even patched umpires that are members of the league, like they've never really been allowed to ump in the league. Like they would need special permission. But because U-Trip is so short this year, not only have we kind of bent the rule on league players that are patched umping the league, but now we're just somebody who can, because again, the alternative is to not play the game, and the worst thing we can do is have two teams show up at the field and not play the game.
We're trying to keep a higher standard without it falling apart and also without losing games, because that would be like the ultimate, slap in the face for anyone that shows up.
Right. So keep in mind, like, patched umpires, people that are helping to volunteer, like if without them, we wouldn't be able to play the games. And, you said there was a dropped pop up in that game. Players make mistakes, umpires make mistakes. It sounds like he missed a call at the end, but it sounds like you guys were down 16 in the 6th inning. So, it sucks that call was at the end of the game, but I would definitely welcome anyone to challenge me and tell me that he's the reason why VFW lost that game. And I'm not saying anybody did say that, but I'm just saying, you can't just because it was at the end, you can't boil it down a win or a loss to one call. And that's kind of my point.
Absolutely. Nope. And honestly, a lot of their team didn't take the controversy call to their loss. They didn't seem like it was like that was the problem. So,
and to their credit, I sat at a table. Yeah. At the wedding, I sat at a table with Gallo, Rand, and Benny, and they didn't mention the call at all. None of it came up. Like they were over.
It wasn't that was talked about. It wasn't that was a concern. I think it was very much like
showed up to Martell after.
What's up, Bones?
Nobody from VFW showed up to the tell after. I got no pretzels.
I think they were very much like they were in their own page regardless, but it wasn't there was no excuse. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like they were like pushing on Garstang to be like, hey, you lost us this game kind of thing. It was an added like what the fuck more than anything.
Right. No, I get that. So let's move on. We're already at 33 minutes here. We still got a lot to cover. Got to look at the standings. Got to do some picks. 2 more games from Wednesday. Bones, you guys took it to us on Wednesday night at 7:30. NHI with a 27-15 win over Buckley. I didn't really get much of a recap from our guys in this one, but Bones, what happened in this one?
If I remember, I think it was low scoring at first, and then we just turned it on, and we caught fire, and just started rolling and scored a bunch of runs and back-to-back innings. I mean, the defense just costly errors here, and we just took advantage. Yeah,
it sounds like we made a bunch of errors, maybe some walks. We're not. I'll be the first to tell you we're not playing great softball right now, but
we'll look at this. You make a big difference over there.
Yeah, but one player doesn't make a difference. Like I'm not saying that we would have won any.
Don't fluff his head, Bones, just because you're next to him.
I'm not next to him. I'm actually sweating my ass off right now in this kitchen.
Yeah. That house looks like a sauna.
He's probably in a nice AC room right now.
Oh, my room is ice cold. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really sweating.
Bones on Tampa Bay Beach, and you're just chilling in the room.
Oh yeah. So we'll get moving just so we can get bones and we can move past this Buckley game as quick as possible. So last game of the night, kind of a shocker to me. VIP had been playing great coming into this week, like we mentioned. Peterson had been playing not so great, but they pull off the 13-5, super low scoring 8:30 game, 13-5 win over VIP. Just a flat week for VIP overall.
Yeah, that game was very boring.
Seems like it would be very, very boring. I know
Cooch wasn't there, right? So like that's Coach.
Yeah, Cooch wasn't there.
I'm trying to think. I think I talked to Cody after this run, and I'm trying to think of like what came up. Oh no, I left early, but Cody was saying like he was calling out like who was playing where and stuff like that, and I feel like they were just kind of like mismatching people like in certain spots. Like no one like really like knew like where they were going at the time, but I mean,
seeing if I can find the book. What do we got here? Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like. I mean, it looks like Peterson didn't. They scored. I think Kevin Hill had a solo to lead off the game. It looks like.
nice, Kev, stay hot.
And then they didn't score again until the fourth inning. So it looks like it was. Yeah, it looks like it was 1-0 going into the fourth.
Jesus.
Yeah, it looks like it was and then it looks like Peterson just kind of had a big. I think seventh inning. It looks like they scored 5 or. So if this book is right,
Silas, you're here. Give us a recap real quick.
If this book is right, it was 4-4 going into the seventh inning. That's bad.
Into the bottom of this.
Into the top of the seventh, it looks like it was 4-4.
Okay, yeah, heard. No, that wouldn't make sense though. That wouldn't make sense because Oh no, because it's a coin flip. My bad.
Coin flip, yeah. So Peterson scored. So Peterson scored 9 in the top of the seventh. It looks like, and then VIP only scored 1 or 2, maybe. I don't know. Looks like it was 13-6, not 13-5. But yeah, so boring game. Looks like Peterson kind of broke it open in the last inning for a big win. Peterson, big win for them. Yeah, it looks like Silas is kind of validating what I was saying, but saying nobody wanted to win that game, but looks like they wanted. Oh yeah, that was also the trade. That was the trade game.
Yeah,
right?
that was.
Yep. Silas started on Peterson, so that one had to kind of sting a little bit, Silas. But all right, yeah, that's the week right there. So let me go ahead and we can
That's
get
a pretty
to
good
the
recap for
here.
us not being there.
Pretty good. I mean, it took fucking forever.
I was there, and I think that was pretty good.
Yeah. So this week in the craziest shit you're gonna see. Look at these standings.
Everyone sees this.
So we got. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm getting the internet thing again.
Yeah,
you're good. You're good.
You're good. I'm good. So A&D, kind of start to finish, they've been in first all year. Toro Mayo, like we said, starting to get a little bit of separation. They're at 14-8. They're 2 games up on Monahan, who's in third. They're at 12-10, and then that's where it gets crazy. After that,
this is ridiculous. Honestly, this is ridiculous.
It starts to get crazy at Monahan. So Monahan right now is technically they're in third place by themselves. And then there's 4 teams right now. There's 4 teams right now that are tied for 6th place. So right now, though, again, for those who haven't seen previous episodes or might have just forgotten, or have just forgotten.
We play BFW tomorrow too. So that's a huge
there's going to be a lot of these.
That's
a lot of these teams that are playing each other. Yeah, but those who might have forgotten, the website does not take into account our league tiebreakers. So what you see here is not exact, because again, we have to start diving into those 4 teams. So hopefully it doesn't end like this, because it's going to be a nightmare if it ends like this. But that's going to be a pain. So hopefully there's a little bit of separation. But yeah, technically right now it shows us in 9th place, and we are 2 games back at 3rd place. It's crazy, but obviously the one that sticks out to me is Buckley with the 6-game losing streak.
Well, also Jim, not only that, but like you were just in 2nd place.
Yes, we were.
I'm not saying that I'm not trying to point out the negative to that, but that's how crazy close this whole thing is. Like you were just in 2nd place, and now you're down all the way where you are, and you could win a couple games, and you're back in the mix of being in third or whatever.
Right. Totally. Like, I think we were tied with, I don't know if we were tied with Tormeo or what, but like they've won 5 and we've lost 6. And we were like right neck and neck with them for second place. And now we're
The whole season,
we're
this
towards the
whole,
bottom.
just all the standings have been so close. The whole season, I feel.
Yeah. So this is pretty crazy. So we're going to get into
And
our
not for
picks
nothing,
in a
but like
second. But before we
Colts
do,
is kind of scary to play in the toilet bowl. If they get hot again, they put up 35 runs the other night.
Yeah, they got some athletes over there.
Wild. It's
absolutely
crazy.
Wild.
It's crazy, man. I know it's a big week for kind of those teams at the bottom because I know we played Peterson and Holtz this week. So, if we were to go 0-2 this week, we're looking pretty much guaranteed for the toilet bowl. So, time for the boys to snap out of it. But Bones, we're going to put you on the spot here before we get to our picks. So we need 2 things from you. We need your top 3 power rankings teams, so your top 3 teams in the league, and then we need your prediction for your finals matchup.
All right, my top 3 teams in the league. I'm gonna go with
look at those goggles, dude.
And goggles. Oh, these are some nice guys. You see these things?
Those things are fresh.
I look fly. All right, so we're going with A and D. We'll put them at number 1. I want to put Tamara there at number 2, but like I don't know. I mean, they are right there. So I guess we'll put them number 2. We got just how the standings are. We'll go A and D 1, Tamara 2, and then this might be being biased, but NHI is gonna make their way up there for number 2.
NHI's 10 is fucking gas.
That's not being biased. It just I think
everybody that comes on here and gives predictions is biased.
We have that.
Except for Cooley.
We're there.
All right, so that's your top 3.
Come playoff time. And then
that's everybody's motto.
My championship is going to be another biased pick, but we're going to go NHI versus. I don't know. Does Buckley get hot in the playoffs?
Oh my god!
Oh, Buckley takes down A and D.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. Are you fucking high, Bones?
High, drunk. I might be a lot of things, but I'm here.
Is that your final answer, Bones?
A and D is not making the finals. Tell you that. They will not be playing the final game of the season.
I'll freak out.
So NHI versus who, Bones?
He's getting your head if you say Buckley.
I don't know. Andy.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right.
And
we do have a hot take.
They're
you just went from A&D's not making the finals to NHI.
I know, but I was just kidding. I mean, you guys won't make the finals if you play us, but if you guys get on the other side.
This is kind of a hot take here. Holtz over Peterson is Silas's take.
So he thinks.
Take Holtz? So I'm confused by it.
Is he saying Holtz is going to play Peterson in the toilet bowl?
I think he's just saying in general that Holtz is better than Peterson. That's what he's saying.
Maybe.
I think he's just saying in general, like that's his hot take, is that they are better between the 2 teams. That's who he thinks is better.
Okay.
Yeah, but is he just saying that because Peterson traded him away?
You never know. So,
all right, everybody.
Colby, we had a first. We had a first in the Merrimack Minute last week.
That's right, baby. Get hot. Get hot at the right time.
You swept your picks. You went 7-0, and of course got your pick of the week correct. So for the first time all year, you're in first place.
Let's go.
Dang. Get hot at the right time, baby.
I hope you're picking us this week again.
I went 2-5 for the second or third straight week, so I'm barely over 500.
That one hurts.
You got a nice little lead on me. So I'm only 33-31. I did get my pick of the week last week, and then Cooley went 2-4 last week, and he did get his pick of the week wrong. So for the first time, the guest gets the pick of the week wrong. So 5 games left. Yeah. Technically 25 total games left in the league. That means that we're picking, 21 or 20 of those. I don't even know how the math works. But I'm running out of time here, and we got to start. And we're running out of time for our bonus picks. You have 2 extra picks.
Why? We only have 45 minutes and it shuts off.
No,
No, we got more time. But
no. We're saying run out of
Yeah.
time to like to come back on our picks.
yeah, I'm
We
running
also
out
have
of
to- we
time
have to
to
figure
catch
out.
up.
Hey, can we put a league poll up on the site on what happens
Sure.
if who wins, who loses?
Okay. What are we going to put
It's
for
gonna
some
be a
options?
tower, right? We're just gonna do a mark tower.
How
Yeah, I
about
think
the
we're just gonna do
how
a
about the
tower.
loser stands behind home plate and everybody like you guys get like
I don't
like where this is going.
$15 of fast food and you just get to throw it at the person.
All right, that was better than what I was expecting, but I think we go with Mark Tower.
I
Yeah,
like the
but that's
mark.
easy. I mean,
That seems a lot
someone
cleaner.
has to buy a Mark Tower to drink. Come on, you don't want fast food thrown at you.
All right. Well, maybe we will, Colby. Maybe we'll put something on the Facebook page and get some. And try to get some ideas.
Like imagine a hamburger just hitting you in the face and just sliding down, ketchup and mustard. Like,
I don't want that at
love
all.
the idea of that. Yeah. So here's Gio's picks. So this is his top 4: A&D, Monahan, Phantom,
Holtz wins it
NHI, and
all.
then he's
See,
got Holtz
you're
in the
so
whole thing.
biased, Gio.
Gio,
Cinderella
let's not
story.
get insane here.
But I love it, dude. I love that.
Love the confidence. So, all right, here we go. So again, Colby swept the week. NHI was his pick of the week against Buckley. That was a winner.
That's my guy right there. He knows.
I went 2 and
That was a
5.
huge week. Huge
He
week for
knows,
me.
he knows
Huge
NHI is
week.
about to get hot.
I took A&D versus VFW, so that was the tight win. So I almost got that one wrong too. So that was my pick of the week, and then Cooley went 2 and 4. His pick of the week of VIP was a loser. So on to this week. So again, the 4 games that we can pick as our extra showcase game. So we got to pick either Torromeo Monahan, and that is 6:30. Buckley Peterson at 8:30. NHI A&D at 8:30 on Wednesday, or Monahan VIP at 6:30 on Wednesday.
I like Monahan VIP because of how much that's going to mean.
I kind of like this NHI A&D game, but
I mean, I love it because it's me. I'm way in on that.
Game. Can't wait for that game.
But
Hey,
I
I'm
get
just
what you're
saying,
saying about
what are
Monahan
you
and
doing? We putting a
VIP.
pizza bet on
I'm
that
saying
game?
more of a standings point.
Are we betting pizza on that game right now?
Bones, don't go there, dude.
What are you scared?
Buddy,
It's
you
a
don't
yes
know
or
what
no
A&D
question.
does for food. We miss
It's a
Sam
yes or
so
no
much.
question, buddy.
Now you got to do it. I mean,
Send it.
It's a yes
Send
or
it.
no
I'm in.
question. All
I
right,
just I
all
didn't
right.
want to highlight A&D being the game 2 weeks in a row, but I'll take it all day, baby.
I'm gonna lock it in right now. I'm gonna tell the boys, listen, we got a pizza bet on this one.
Pizza bet, baby. 8:30. What? You're not even gonna have your players there,
We'll have everybody there because it's an 8:30 game.
dude. Roosin and Hayes will be sleeping.
You know what? They both need
All
to
right.
be there to make playoffs, so they better be there.
all right, you guys can see this, right?
I see
I
it.
just can't. I can't see you.
I see.
All right.
Can you see it, Bones? I can't tell if you can see it or not.
I got 22.
So first game, 7:30 Martell on Monday. A&D versus Phantom. Colby, you're gonna go A&D here.
Easy.
I'm gonna go with Phantom.
Honestly,
he
Phantom-
might be high.
Look, it's kind of. I feel like you guys have been stealing some games. I feel like you're kind of due for an L here.
well, we got Pope. Pope's coming in hot of a big Canaan weekend.
He might be tired.
Okay.
That's
Well, this is Pope versus Pope, right?
Yep.
Oh, it
So-
is.
Yeah. Bones, who you got? A&D or Phantom?
A&D.
All right. Next up, NHI.
Good job, Bones.
VFW.
Way to be smart out there.
NHI VFW at the Legion. I
sometimes.
assume you're going to go NHI here, Bones.
Oh yeah, NHI all the way.
I'm also going to take NHI.
Love that. You know Kobe's picking NHI.
I don't think he is.
The 6:30 game. Ooh, no, I'll go NHI.
Yeah.
All right. Get a clean
He
sweep
knows.
here. And then our last game for Monday night, VIP versus Holtz. This is an interesting one. 6:30 at Twardowski. Who you got, Colby?
So I'm like nervous to do it, but Cooch is back. He's busy with everything in his life going on, but he's got like 1 or 2 more weeks going before he goes off to his wedding. I think he's got to start finishing strong. I'm gonna go VIP.
Here. think I'm going to go Holtz. I think VIP had a tough week. I mean, they could easily just bounce back and just.
I mean, I'm hoping they put up
Go
12
crazy.
runs at least in one game rather than just the whole week.
But all the times that I haven't taken Holtz lately and stuck with my gut have come back to haunt me. So I'm going to go Holtz. Bones, who you got?
The Jimmies are going Holtz.
Love that.
Sheesh.
Ride together, die together, baby. Let's
Love
go,
that.
Holtz.
So-
Need you this week.
Yeah, is
Need
that
your
how he
Holtz.
felt about you when you left you in the 400-degree dungeon? Sure.
You know what? I'll forgive him.
He'll forgive me because he's the best.
The best.
6:30 Twardowski, Torromeo, Phantom, Bones. Who you got?
I think Phantom's gonna pulls that one off.
I'm going to take the Torromeo boys here.
I was
Over.
going to say, I think this is the game where Torromeo either tilts one way or the other. And I think
Okay.
if they're gonna pull away and beat the second place team, this is it. So I think Torromeo has to win
Gotcha.
this game.
So this is like a turning point game.
100%. I think they have to
Okay.
do this to prove that they're the second place team.
Okay. So I'm going to have to split the difference on this one because I know Colby's going to take A&D.
Easy
Bones is
game.
going to take NHI.
Oh, boy.
NHO. Every
Here we
time
go.
we put NHO so far.
I'm going to go. Yeah, the I is right next to O on the keyboard. So I'm going to go. I'm going to go with A&D on this one. Sorry, Bones.
You know what? I'm fucking leaving the Bay.
He just clicks off.
I'm back.
He's back. All right. So Bones, you're back and you're up. Peterson VFW 7:30 Wednesday.
You know what? I gotta go with VFW because I love them. They give me pretzels. Those are my guys. Biggest.
go
I'm the
Peterson.
#1 fan.
I'm going to go Peterson in this one.
I'm going VFW.
All right. And then last game, 6:30, the Legion. I'll give you guys a
That's
heads up. This is Buckley's. We're going to the Millennium Cabaret after this game as a team, formerly known as the Gold Club. We'll be making our team trip. So this might be where the season turns around for
Wait,
us.
you guys
So
get team trips?
we're going to team trip to Bedford, to the Bedford Ballet. So Colby, you're up first.
Can I double down on this game? Because I know that it's like what the hype is afterwards.
What
That's
do
a
you
lot
mean?
to play for.
I
It is
kind of
lots
want
to play
Holtz
for.
to win now, just to like ruin you guys' night.
No.
Jeez, thanks. You can leave the bet.
Sorry.
I know
you
Buckley
just
needs to
fucking
make it.
You just took A&D.
I know
Yeah, that's
Buckley
true.
needs to make it. I know Jimmy's going to be back. It's
I'm going to
Jimmy's
take Buckley.
back. Let's go.
that game. I think Hartson will make. Even without, I like Buckley here.
Yeah, I'm going with Buckley too because my guy, the Prez, is back.
I'm back.
Can I double
Back,
down on
baby.
this one?
I mean, you got two you can use. I got two I can use. Bones. So you got to make a bonus pick, Bones. So one of these 7 picks. It's got to be your pick. You're got to be your pick of the week. You can't take NHI though.
All right, that's fine. Perfect. I was gonna pick Monahan over Tamaro.
It's got to be one of the ones we've already picked.
Oh, one of the ones we
Tamaro.
picked. All right. I don't know how to say it. It's a big word, bro.
You've said it different every time you've said.
Yeah,
he's great.
I'm learning.
I'm learning. And Colby, feel free to shout one out too if you got
So
it.
it needs to be one of these picks that I picked.
Yeah, got to be one of these 7 that we've already picked.
Buckley.
Okay. A lot of love for Buckley, even though we're playing like.
Well, yeah, when you're not there, when you're there, those boys are different when you're there.
He's been there. He's been there.
I have been there. Colby, you're up.
I'm going to double down on that Buckley Holtz game.
So you're taking Buckley as well. Are you going to do another one? No, you
I'm
can't do
thinking
like.
about it. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were saying double down as in like use 2 picks of the week.
I might use my second pick this week.
You can't. Oh, you can this week, just not on the same game.
No, yeah, of course.
Okay. I thought that's what you meant by double
But I
down.
picked Buckley. I'm saying I'm doubling down on you.
What are you gonna
Okay,
pick
I like
NHI
that.
over A&D for your double down?
Are you crazy, Bones?
I'm going to go. I'm going to go NHI against VFW for my pick of the week.
Ooh, I was thinking that too.
So Colby, this is kind of your We got a few
What do you
minutes left here.
Are you
Gotta
thinking
make-
about using your? Are you thinking about
I'm
using
not
your
gonna-
double down this week?
I'm not going to use mine here. Let's take a little preview of what we got next week.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we see what we got coming
Is
up?
this double down like a mulligan?
So we each have one
missed
more
a
to
week, yeah.
use, like an extra one. There was one was a rain out, I think, and one I wasn't here for the week.
Yeah, one you weren't there and one I wasn't there or something like that. Or no, one mine was a rain out and then you weren't here, I think.
Right.
Week.
Yep. So
I have to still add the other. Oh, no, I already did. Looks like. So these are the 10 games next week.
which ones will we play next week? It would
These
be.
10, right?
Oh
These
man,
10
we're coming up. We're coming. Yeah, we're coming down to the wire.
I mean,
Huh?
after this week, we only have 3 games left. So
Let's see.
but yeah, I'm not going to use mine this week.
Oh, you already have 2 in mind next week, huh?
No, I just don't. I haven't been picking great. I need a bounce back week before I start, feeling myself a little bit.
I like NHI on Monday.
Love
This
that.
Monday?
Yep.
Okay, so you're using your double down. 2 weeks in a row that you're taking NHI. So pick of the week.
I like them.
All right. Let me stop sharing here. So where are we at? 56 minutes. This might be our longest one, but
Shocker, it's because I'm here.
not too bad. Looks like because I wasn't able to look at these while a lot of comments while I wasn't sharing my screen. Joey V says to bring a cake. He knows that the last time Buckley went to the Bedford Ballet after a game, not only did we bring a cake, but we won a championship that year. So just saying. Oh yeah, Coot's right. Hot summer night. We're going to be there in full uni. No one's allowed to change after the game. We're going straight to the field in our yellow unis. So good call there, Coot.
Straight to the field.
We got some Bones impressions here on
Tomato,
tomato.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
What is a tomato?
I don't know. It's a good question.
What is tomato?
Awesome. Well, Bones, you've been a fantastic guest. I appreciate you. We got to hang out again soon, maybe in 30 seconds.
You know what? I'll crack another high noon just for you. I don't even think you guys were drinking this thing. I haven't seen you guys lift your drinks at all.
I've had one.
I don't have one right now. I'm blank.
Kobe was out on the town today. He needs a breather.
I did. I was out in Nashua asking Jimmy to join. He said, nope.
Thanks for getting my life in order, man. Working on
You
it.
didn't ask me, buddy. I would have went there in a second.
I didn't know that you were over there. All of a sudden, Jimmy laid that on me, last minute.
Yeah,
So
you don't need to know that I'm over here to ask me if I want to go hang out.
Hey, you know
good
what?
call.
Bones,
Good call.
you're right.
He's
And that's why you're the best.
That's why he's the best. That's a great
realness.
wrap to this episode. It's a great wrap. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Bones, thanks for joining us.
You're the fucking best.
Love it. See you, everyone.